Konbanwa. Guten Morgen. Good day to where everyone is in the world. Do you like my hat? My second hat? This isn't Pepsi, this is Beppis. And I have my Beppis right here with me. Oh boy. I'm hoping it'll keep me awake long enough to actually solve this coding problem. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. You might have noticed there's a little thing in the corner. So I figured it out such that the printout, whatever prints out, will just show up there. So that's how it's gonna work. You're upset? Why upset? I tried to make the reindeer ears work, but my forehead isn't tall enough. I don't know if that makes sense. It won't make sense, but I wanted to wear reindeer ears, but I couldn't do it. I'll have to do something special to get that to work. Well, now well, I mean, you do it too. You gotta be on par, right? I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Okay. Yesterday's stream didn't happen, so let's read about Advent of Code, right? So yesterday's stream definitely didn't happen. So Advent of Code is basically a month of Christmas-themed coding challenges. They've been doing it for 5 years now. And so I haven't done any of them. So yeah, we're gonna do day 1, puzzle 1. Here's what day 1 says. After saving Christmas 5 years in a row, you've decided to take a vacation at a nice resort on Tropical Island. Surely Christmas would go on without you. I'm definitely not reading this fast because I've already read it before. The Tropical Island has its own currency and is entirely cash only. The gold coins used there have a little picture of a starfish. The locals just call them stars. None of the currency exchanges seem to have heard of them, but somehow... 1 second. I'm also trying to save a bunch of files to a disk at the same time. No, you've definitely never heard this before. None of the currency exchanges seem to have heard of them, but somehow you'll need to find 50 of those coins by the time you arrive so you can pay for the deposit on your room. To save your vacation, you need to get all 50 stars by December 25th. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. Collect stars by solving puzzles. 2 puzzles will be made available on each day of the Advent calendar. The first puzzle is unlocked when you complete the second puzzle is unlocked when you complete the first. Each puzzle grants 1 star. Good luck. Before you leave, and then here's the actual puzzle. That was the Advent calendar backstory, but here's the actual puzzle. Before you leave, the elves in accounting just need you to fix the expense report, which is the input that we got for this puzzle. Apparently, something isn't quite adding up. Specifically, they need you to find the 2 entries that sum to 2020, the year that we're in, and then multiply those 2 numbers together. I mean, the first day's plot is about... I mean, yeah, I guess it is about paying off debt. In a way. If you've already booked the room, I guess that counts as debt. Anyways, so, we have... wait. Oh, I didn't... oh, no, I did. Okay. Okay, so, we have this list of numbers here. And in this list, we have to find the 2 numbers that add up to 2020, and then multiply them together. Which is just so that they have a way to test us with 1 number input. So, I actually fixed it this time. So, for instance, if I do this, let's get a print out. Hello World Nyan. There you go. See it printed out on the side. No, not very cleanly, but... there we go. So, hopefully we'll write something that will give us a nice clean value to input in our little output thing over there. So, let's actually solve the problem. I didn't even get a chance to talk about solving the problem yesterday. So let's talk about solving the problem. First things first. We get every number in the input, which is what this does. Well, right now it just prints them out. But we need to put them in a list, which I think is just called a list. Is that right? Or are we going to use a vector? Can you? I think you can use a vector. I'm going to use a vector instead, actually. A vector of ints, integers, because these are just whole numbers. Nope. Yeah, no, input. I'm just going to call it input. What? What do you want? What do you want? What's wrong? Oh, I guess vector's not a thing I can use. We always use vectors. Definitely not Googling. What, a list? Can I use just a list? Oh, I have to include it? Oh, that makes sense. There we go. Yay. Yeah. Okay. So we add it to the list. Well, we can parse it. Well, I know that normally you could just like put cin into an int. Well, I know it has lists and I know it has vectors and stuff, but that's the problem. I know. Okay, I'll just tell you what I'm gonna do, so I don't seem like a complete idiot. So, we're gonna put it in a list. We're gonna sort it. We're gonna sort the list, and then we're gonna go down the list. So we'll start with the first value, and then we're gonna try. Basically, I mean, the really smart way would be to like bubble sort, getting the number, or oh, you know what? The smartest way would be you go through the list, you grab the first number, you see what number you would need, and then you look to see if that's in the vector. Yeah, I know how to sort. I know how to sort at least. I did look that up beforehand. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking, what was I looking for? Oh no, I already forgot. Oh, that's right. I was gonna look for, to get the int out of them. Oh, that's right, stoy. Nope. I'm not familiar with most things, but I did look up, I knew I'd have to sort, so I did look up that beforehand. We don't sort things. There's not very many instances in which we need to sort things, actually. I don't think we even have sorting functions in our... Anyways. Oh, the other day, I was looking through the update change list for the Stardew Valley, and it was so nostalgic. I've had so many of similar problems of all of those things. Sorry, now I'm reading how to use stoy, but... I guess it could, well, I guess it could technically be an unsigned integer, but... Drink my Beppis. Actually... Two-string? No, not amateurs. Especially because it's mostly done by one guy. I'm not trying to get it to be a string. I have a string. And I'm trying to get it to be an integer. But I'm just looking at the input that I give it, and it's very strange. Pointer to an object of size t whose value is set by the... If you're gonna be helpful, at least be correct. Yeah. Well, actually, I thought I was going to be way more obsessed with Stardew Valley than I ended up being. I think because there's a point at which, like, you're just kind of doing the same thing every day. Like, once you have, like, a winery set up or whatever, it's just... it's just the same. It's like, okay, go get my mead, sell the mead. Oh, now I have money. Okay, well, I don't know what any of this means, but I'm just gonna try null pointer and 0. Oops. Oh. Like that. Okay, and then... and then we're gonna sort it. So input or sort, input begin, input end. Boop. What do you want now? What do I have to include now? Have you guys ever seen those videos that are like algorithm? Okay. I beat you! I googled it faster than you could tell me! Thank you, YouTube lag. Have you guys ever seen those videos that are like, what people think programming is like versus what programming is actually like? Oh, okay. And then it's like hacker, like, and then it shows the real programmer, and they're just like, linker error, and then they look it up on Stack Overflow. Bepis. They call cola the holy water of the South, but I think Bepis is better. It's sweeter. Oh, oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, it's base. That's the base of the number. Oh, okay. Anyways, do I want to do the tricky solution and then look like a dummy when I can't implement it, or do I want to? I mean, there are people in the world who can code like that, but there's only a few of them. People whose brains are just like computers. It's kind of like, have you guys ever seen like the Bobby Fischer movie and how Bobby Fischer's brain was like totally different because he played so much chess? It's kind of like that. Their brains are just like not even human brains anymore. You didn't even do the sort? I mean, you don't need to sort it, but I mean... Is there a way... I'm not even going to say it out loud because you're going to tell me the answer before I can Google it, okay? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to sort it, because why not? Brute force. Brute force? Brute force? You fool! You fool! We're not brute forcing it. I mean, even though Advent of Code is kind of made for brute forcing things, I feel like. Most coding challenges, if you're not a coder, by the way, most coding challenges, when you do them online, they make you submit the code, and then, like, you have a limited amount of time and space in which it can run. But Advent of Code is unique in that you just kind of do it on your own. Like, you could just literally look at the numbers and figure it out. But I mean, there's a lot of numbers. I mean, there's not a lot of numbers, but like, I want to be right. I want to be correct. Anyways, so I'm trying to figure out whether we should do a for or a while, although it doesn't really matter. So we just go through each of the inputs. Why is it complaining? Why are you complaining? Oh. My hand slipped. Nope. My hand slipped. I'm not this dumb normally, I swear. This is how projects go over budget. Beppis. We get our first number, which is gonna be just, this for loop says like go look at each number in the list, and then we look at (2020) minus num, which is the number we're trying to find because we know we want 2020. So I was gonna do like brute force would be like to have a nested for loop, and so one for loop would take one number and the other for loop would take like all the other numbers and compare them, and if it finds it, that's the answer. But we're gonna be tricky. We know what number we want. We already know what number we want. We just have to see if it's in there. So if input dot bind, I think that's the thing I can do, or is it find and then it takes input as a, yes, that's exactly how it works. It's find and then it takes input as the, and then the number we want, which is find. Oh, what? Oh no, it's an algorithm. Why are you complaining? Oh, because I called it find. I mean, I'll just call it F. Oh, that's not the number. Ah, oh. So, if the number is in there, wait, what does it return? Now you're way overcomplicating it. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I see. Ah! Oh boy. So basically, if it found it before hitting the end, then that's our number. So then we just see out num times f. That's it. That's it. I think that should run. It certainly gave me a number. I don't know if it's right. Oh, well, yeah. Return. Not that it matters. Who's talking about brute force now? So I got a number. Let's put it in and see if it's right. First, let me double check that my input hasn't changed or something like that. I don't think it does, but... Ah! There were build errors. There were build errors? changed. Oops. Oh, because I'm a dummy. Get chat back. I missed you. I told you not to watch my streams if you know how to program. You're just gonna get frustrated. But anyways, we have a number. Oh, I see. It was doing it twice, and that's why we were getting that weird number. Let's printing it twice. Submit! That's the right answer. You're 1 gold star closer to saving your vacation. Oh, I'm glad it makes you want to learn how to code. Coding is fun. Okay, part 2. The elves in accounting are thankful for your help. One of them even offers you a starfish coin they had left over from the past vacation. They offer you a second one if you could find 3 numbers in your expense report that meet the same criteria. Well, we can't use the method that we just wrote up. Using the above example again, the 3 entries that sum up to 2020. Oh yeah, then just gives an example. Tricky, 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 tricky. Now I just want to brute force it. Okay, well now we'll talk about the brute force answer. This was the tricky answer. Let's talk about the brute force answer. Boop, boop, boop. Delete, delete, delete. Boop. Oh, well, I guess... Actually... And actually, we don't even want to necessarily give it begin. We want to give it where our number starts. But, Oh, you can't see what's on screen? Oh gosh, that's even a little bit too big. Okay. How's that? Is that a little better? Let me move it over a bit. How's that? Ask and ye shall receive. Whatever. Don't backsheet me. So technically we could do this again, but I'll split the difference. I'll split the difference. I won't quite brute force it, but I won't quite erase this stuff that I already wrote. So, oh, we could make it recursive. Ah, that'd be really tricky. Ah, that'd be real tricky. Trick my Beppis. Yeah, I know, control, whatever. Control scroll wheel is the zoom in and out on most things. I've been using so many Adobe programs and they all do that same thing. Anyways. Another for loop. And technically we don't want to give it begin. But, whatever. Why is it complaining? Oh, why do I keep doing that? I literally never do that. I don't know why that keeps happening. What should we call this variable? Beppies. 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 num times Beppis. Oops. Beppis. Let's try that. It's probably wrong. Yeah, it gave me a number. Let's see if it's right. That's not the right answer, figures. Ugh. First Lou emerges just like a can of Beppis. What did I do wrong? Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm not. Kohler. Like cola, but it's Kohler. That's what we're trying to find. We're not trying to find Beppis. There we go. Wait. Num times Beppis times Kohler. Let's run that. Didn't give us anything because it couldn't find it. Okay. Let me get a sip of Beppis while I think on this. It's not F. It's num. There we go. That's it. Hey! Let's try that. 2, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8, 5, 5, 4. Hey! We did it! We're actually getting through these a lot quicker than I thought we were. I'll be honest, I thought it would take me an hour to do part 1. I mean, not that I don't know how to do it, but just streaming things takes so long. Okay, we have 2 gold stars. How exciting. Return to my advent calendar. What is this shape? Let me see if I can show you guys. The website is like making an ASCII shape, but the shape doesn't make any sense to me. Don't worry about my bookmarks. It's nothing interesting anyways. It's just streaming stuff. What is that? What is that? Is it like... Is it like a map? I think this looks like a snake. And maybe like this is like a pond, like a lake. What is that? Is this our vacation? Okay, well anyways. Our vacation location? Okay. The next question. Your flight departs in a few days from the coastal airport. The easiest way down to the coast from here is via toboggan. And then it has a link. I am sure it's to a Wikipedia page that describes the toboggan. That's exactly what it was. It progresses. But I mean, oh, okay. Okay. The shopkeeper at the North Pole toboggan rental shop is having a bad day. Something's wrong with our computers. We can't log in. You ask if you can take a look. Their password database seems to be a little corrupted. Some of the passwords wouldn't have been allowed by the official toboggan corporate policy that was in effect when they were chosen. To try to debug the problem, they have created a list, which is our input, of passwords that are, I guess, in the corrupted database. And the corporate policy when that password was set. Oh no, if this involves string parsing, this is going to go very badly for me. Have they tried turning it off and on again? Actually, funny story. This exact problem, I had this exact problem with a little website called Neopets. when I made my Neopets password, they had different password requirements than when I tried to log into my account many, many years later. And I could no longer log into my account. It was very upsetting. Okay, so for example, suppose you have the following list. It all comes back to Neopets. It really does. I feel like there's not a programmer alive who can't trace their origin story back to Neopets. Suppose you have the following list. 1-3A, and then the password is ABCDE. 1-3B, and the password is CDEFG. 2-9C, and the password is CCCCCCCCCCC. I don't understand what any of this is trying to tell me. I still don't really understand what the problem is. Okay, I guess they're about to explain it to us. Each line gives the password policy and then the password. Duh. The password policy indicates the lowest and highest number of times a given letter must appear for the password to be valid. Weird password policy. For example, 13A means that the password must contain A at least one time and at most 3 times. This does involve a lot of string parsing. In the above example, 2 passwords are valid. The middle password, CDFG, is not. It contains no instances of B, but it needs at least one. The first and third passwords are valid. They contain 1A or 9 Cs, both within the limits of their respective policies. How many passwords are valid according to their policies? We didn't have programming classes in my school. I didn't start programming until college. And it was a constant source of consternation on my part. I don't like string parsing. Do I have an appropriate face for this? Not because I don't know how to do it, but because the syntax and everything, it's really foreign to me. I'm gonna drink my Pepis. I'm just gonna do the rest of this with this face on to show how out of the loop I am. Anyways, we have new input. Copy. I mean, technically, I should save all of this. Pepis is delicious. You should go get yourself a can of Pepis. They have it at every 7-Eleven ever. Look at this. Well, I guess it's not so bad because, like, we know the number of characters. Like, we know the first 3 characters always are the instance numbers. Like, we know exactly where to look. So, I guess it's not so bad because we can just index into the string. So let's delete this. But we still need to get this whole stuff in the beginning is actually still perfectly valid. Except it's not an input anymore, it's a string. Like so. That's just all of your tweets. Have you guys ever heard of Temple OS and the man who made it? It's a fascinating story, but this kind of reminds me of that. There's a long video on this channel called that's not the channel name, but if you look up Down the Rabbit Hole, there's an episode on Temple OS. Essentially, it's about a man who's who struggled with a lot of mental illness, but was a brilliant programmer, more or less. I mean, it's very sad. It's extremely sad. It really is sad. He basically he made this OS. But I mean, you think about how racist and stuff, hateful he was. It's still sad, but yeah. Anyways, he ended up homeless on the street, and he ended up dying, unfortunately. But Temple OS itself is still an interesting thing. Okay, we have all of the lines already in a list. And now we want some information. So the minimum number of oh wait, we need to ooh, sorry. Nope. It's hard to type when you know people are watching you, you know? Oh, he's not. Yeah, I mean, it's... Anyways, enough about Temple OS. Yeah. Pepis. Okay. Okay. So, the minimum number of time... Well, let's get the string. String. I don't know what to call it. Bepis. There we go. That was annoying me. Input. Is the headpat gonna show up? I guess not. It said trigger headpat, but it didn't show up. That sucks. I wonder what's wrong with my program. I'll deal with that later. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong. It literally said like, oh, I'm gonna trigger a head pat, and then it just didn't. Perhaps, oh, the F worked though. I think maybe it's actually, oh wait, oh, I'm so dumb. I'm sorry guys. I had it hidden. Program worked fine. Streamlabs. That's why I need my dumb face on. Okay, we got Bepis. We take some info from Bepis. So the minimum number of times that a letter can show up is that. And then, oh, Bepis, boop, 0. Well, I guess, actually we don't even need to store it because it's just a char, which is just the value. There we go. The maximum number of times it can show up is that. Nope, it's 2, not 3. So what this means is that if we're looking at the input, which let's say is this one. Let's say we're looking at this input, right? We want the 0th character, which is 2, because indexing starts at 0. So we start at 0, 1, 2. So the number 2 index is 4. And because chars are nice, and they like to play nice with numbers, well, I guess we don't actually know. Some of these aren't one char! I'm upset. Okay. We're gonna split it. I wanted to not parse things. Rust. Don't talk to me about Rust. One day I'm gonna have to learn Rust and I'm not happy about it. Okay. String. Limits, we'll call it. Equals Bepis dot substring. It's been interesting to me how much Rust has caught on. Space, because there's only one space. Oh, thank you for the head pat. So now we have this thing. And here. Do it again. Do another head pat. Do another head pat. Thank you for the head pats. Oh, so many head. You're petting the Beppies. Perfect. Okay. Back to the code. Where's my... There we go. We're in. I was gonna call this M, and then I realized Min and Max start with the same letter. Bepis head pats. I'll just call it in because I'm feeling lazy. We're doing silly variable names today. This is normally how we do things. No! The dash. And then we're gonna actually get that by stoying it. Stoying it. Bepis deserves that pet. Actually, speaking of, we should actually store this. Sorry. Jimmy Neutron brain blast, you know, where your brain just goes quiet. I guess that's the opposite of a brain blast. I don't think it's called an iterator, but I don't care. For right now. Or maybe I have to go like string. Yeah, that's exactly what I had to do. Delimiter, I'll call it. Yeah, Bepis is the I mean, you're not wrong. Bepis is the differentiating factor. Bepis. Oh, I hadn't just... What? What you complaining about? It doesn't return that. It returns like an int. Why did I think it returned an iterator? I don't know why I thought that. Anyways. Yes, Beppis is like the drug in that movie. Was it called Limit? Unlimited? That I guess there's a few movies with this plot. Anyways. In. Let's store it. And for axe, like max, we're gonna take from +1 to the end, which I think you can just say end? Size, maybe? Size, that sounds more right. See, also, well, the funny thing is, concerning the C++ static, the red pill or the blue pill, no, like, it's a Matthew McConaughey movie, I think. All right. Matthew McConaughey. Maybe it's not Matthew McConaughey. I got some really weird. Limitless. It was Bradley Cooper, not Matthew McConaughey. There's also a woman version of it that came out really recently, though. And she can, like, change her hair color with her brain. There was a Netflix series? Interesting. I remember seeing the movie a very, very, very long time ago. Yeah, I guess with Scarlett Johansson. I heard that movie was stupid. I didn't see it, but my friends told me it was bad. Anyways, we have the min and the max number of times that we need to find this thing. And then, now the rest of it's easy. We got the password, which is from, which we take Beppis dot substring and Beppis dot find where the dash is, and then add one more because we don't want to include the dash, and then to the end. So Beppis dot size, like that. Nope. I typed the parentheses there and Visual Studio said no. Oh, 2014! I mean, that tracks, but that does seem way more recent than... Okay. And then we just, because I'm lazy, we're just gonna loop through it. Oh, we also need the... Oh, shoot. That's not it. Wait, there's one more thing. There's one more thing. It's not this. I forgot to get the letter. We have to get the letter. Which is... Oh, there's a space. Okay. I'm assuming when you say find and then space, it takes the first space. So... I'm just gonna hold rest, like the rest of the string. And then we're gonna say line, or Beppis dot substring, Beppis dot find. It takes the first space, and then just go to the end, Beppis dot size. Do I have to add one to this? Yes. So now we have this part of it. That's what rest is. And we know for sure, because letters can't be more than one letter, that the very first character of this is the letter that we're looking for. So, I don't know what to call it. Nyan. And then we get the actual password, which is not, it's this. Boop, boop. We get the space +1, and then there we go. That should be the actual password. So then we loop through, we're not on int. C for character. Password.size. C. Gosh darn it. I hate Visual Studio so much. I really do. There's like 2 settings that affect me more than anything else, and they won't let me change them. Beppis. Okay. And then we just check. Or we actually have to keep track of how many times it showed up. Int num, I guess. I'm boring. And then we say password C equals nyan. I should have called it key. That would have made more sense. Add to num. And are we keeping how many passwords work or how many passwords don't work? How many passwords are valid? So way before we even start this, we have to keep track of how many passwords are valid. So valid equals 0. And then after we've checked for how many instances of that letter are in it, if num is less than max and num is greater than min plus valid. Just like that. And then we, at the end of all of that, are going to print out how many are valid. Let's see if this runs. Click. Okay, it gave us a number. That's not the right answer. Your answer is too low. If you're stuck, oh, I know the problem. Equals. Less than or equals 383. I have to wait. It says I gave an answer too recently. You have to wait after submitting an answer before trying again. You have 39 seconds left to wait. I'm too smart. I've Jimmy Neutroned this Advent of Code. Okay, I think it's been enough time. Nope. I still have 18 seconds left. Beppis time. I have 2 seconds left now. What kind of clock are they using? That's right. You are 1 gold star closer to saving your vacation. Now let's find out. I don't know if I'll do part 2, but we'll read it and then I'll decide. Okay, part 2 says, while it appears you validated the passwords correctly, they don't seem to be what the official Toboggan corporate authentication system is expecting. The shopkeeper suddenly realizes that he just accidentally explained the password policies. Ooh, sorry, the beppis, it caused a burp. The shopkeeper suddenly realizes that he just accidentally explained the password policy rules for his old job at the sled rental place down the street. The official Toboggan corporate policy actually works a little differently. Each policy actually describes 2 positions in the password, where one means the first character, and 2 means the second character, and so on. And then it says to be careful about index 0, like no duh. Exactly one of these positions must contain the given letter. Oh, this isn't that hard. Other occurrences of the letter are relevant for the purposes of the policy enforcement. So, using the same list, basically what we have to do, looking back at the input, is these numbers it gives us. It means that in the 6th place and the 7th place, there has to be a K. Oh, wait, no, sorry. In the 6th place, there has to be a K. In the 7th place, there cannot be a K. Wait, sorry. Wait. Yeah, that's exactly what's correct. And then anything else, that's not right. So exactly. Oh, okay. So it can be either one. So one of these has to have a K, but it can't be both. Oh, okay. That's not that bad. Okay. So instead of having to loop through it, all we have to do is, yeah, I mean it's we've done the vast majority of the work. Now we just have to say, is it bool? Yeah, it is bool. Sorry. They can also be called flags. Booleans can also be called flags. Anyways, bool, if the first one equals password, and then indexing into it, +1, the min equals nyan, bool second equals password max +1, and I used the wrong, there we go, max +1, 1 equals nyan. Oh, thank you for the head pat. I think I might have missed it on the screen, but thank you for the head pat. And then there's an operator that does this, isn't there? XOR? Yes, XOR. I think I've maybe ever actually used XOR once. It's the little, so, oops. First XOR, second, oops. I think that's it. Yep, I think that's it. Oh, it gave me an error. Debug assertion failed. String substring out of range. Abort. Out of range. Oh, this part is out of range? It seems strange to me that they would give me input. I guess. Okay, well. I know what I need to do. I guess they give me invalid input sometimes. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. It's -1, not +1. Ah, it ran. What was the output? 272. Let's see if that answer is correct. That's the right answer. You are 1 gold star closer to saving your vacation. You have completed day 2. Oh, that's so exciting. We did like twice the amount of coding challenges today that I ever thought we were going to do. Oh, thank you for the head pat. Let's see if it'll show up. Or is nope, my Unity thing ran out of units. So no more head pats, unfortunately. Whoop, you can see everything. That is so annoying. I need to get that sorted. It's annoying too because like, I mean, yeah, that's exactly how XOR works. XOR means that they are different, which means that only one is true. Stretching really quick. Oh man, it only took us an hour. Oh man. When I was in school, getting ready to graduate and stuff, I was doing these challenges so frequently because these are what they give you when you're applying for software engineering jobs. These are the kind of problems they give you, and game programming too, which is weird because not most game program. Actually, I just realized that my stupid. Sorry, it's been bothered. I just realized it, and now it's gonna bother me if I don't fix it. There we go. Pay better attention. Anyways, yeah, in software engineering jobs, they will give you these literally exactly like this kind of thing, except that these problems are a little more fun, I think. I think the problems that they give you for actual interviews are very dull and annoying and worded very poorly. Very poorly. Mostly they gave us problems on a site called HackerRank. HackerRank problems are yeah, anyways. I was getting these HackerRank originally for coding challenges, and then Advent of Code came up, and I was like, oh, these are way more fun, and they're Christmas themed? How cute. And they're worded much better. I will always remember this problem because it was so stupid. The problem itself was you're given a family tree of cows, and you have to put these cows in folders that correspond to the parent-child hierarchy, and the folders have to be like a red-black tree. Anyways, I'm so glad I never have to do that again. Actually, a lot of games jobs, they don't do those kinds of things because you're not really doing those kinds of things. Yeah. When you actually do... I know, right? Hi, Dakuma! Mostly, or some, I should say, some game studios, they either ask for code samples, or they will just do like verbal questions. So like asking you specifics about like, came here for the cow talk. About, data structures or how certain languages work or memory kind of stuff. So yeah, anyways, if you want to get a job in software engineering, this is the kind of questions they ask you. But way less fun. Anyways, we're actually done for tonight. We got so much done. This is way more coding than I thought I was going to get done. Maybe in my free time, I'll try some more of these. I hope it doesn't get more difficult as it goes on, but I'm sure that it does. So, I'll go as far as I can, I guess, until I get really annoyed and just give up. Go for a third? No. Actually, I have to drive for 9 hours tomorrow. So, yeah, I want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep as soon as possible so that I can wake up at like 5 a.m. So that's why I would do more, but yeah, I need to go to sleep. So wish me luck. Wish me luck that I don't crash and die. Stay awake. I'll be drinking Pepsi all day, so. Good night, everybody. Good night. Beppis wave. Good night, everybody. Or good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye-bye. My mic is still on.